everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I wanted to do a video. I don't normally share my prototype videos or projects for my design team projects for Country Craft Creations just because, a lot of times they're practice pieces for me. I do prototypes to make sure everything's going to work. This particular one worked amazingly, and I just have to share it with you. I did a tutorial, which is a design team project for Country Craft Creations. This is my prototype, and I will link the tutorials below so you can go see it if you want to. It turned out really good. So this is an explosion box that's like, elevated. It looks elegant. It's just gorgeous. Now, this one is more playful. The one I did with Graphic 45's Grow with Love, OMG. You guys, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning, gorgeous. This paper collection is super fun, and this was in my stash. Now, I am part of a crafty group called #CraftyGoals2024. We're trying to smash our stash, and my friend who is focusing on her painting gave me a whole bunch of her scrapbooking stuff, and in it was this fancy free collection by Pink Paislee, and I'm not really sure how old this paper collection is. There's not an exact date for this one, but she gave me some of it. She had used some of it. I had some as well, so I combined the two and decided I'm going to use it for my prototype, and it turned out really fun. Then I used it to make some paper clips, some hidden paper clips and stuff that I'm sharing in another video. But I still have some more to go, so I am going to try to smash this before the end of the month. I'm really hoping I can. But I got it here, and we're gonna try. But I thought I would share with you this one. So this paper collection is really fun, very eclectic, has lots of pattern, lots of texture, but I used these feet that I had in my stash. These are not by Graphic 45. But again, like I said, this is a prototype. Did the base, worked out how the box was going to be, how the lid was going to be. On the top, I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. I actually ended up doing a handle for the other one, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So what I did with this one was I used some scrap strips that were left over, and then I created the rosettes, and then I layered them with some buttons from my stash, and I think some of them were our October afternoon buttons. And then this little piece that was part of the paper collection, they had all these circles that had different sayings in them. So this one says start here. So I kind of layered that all on the top. So the sides, I'll show you again. I left the sides plain because, again, this was my prototype, so I, didn't get super fancy. And then I also, I only had paper, so I didn't really have any goodies to put with this, but I thought the buttons worked out pretty good. So when you take this off, again, I didn't do anything on the inside of the lid, but I totally could because I still have more paper left. And it explodes out like this, and there you go. So this was my prototype. I did the box different for the tutorial because I really wanted to decorate around the box. So this box was bigger than what I ended up doing. And then I filled it with some different stuff, but it turned out really nice. So you have the element here, and there's two of them. So this one and this one. I did use those little circles in the collection. I told you that they had circles with sayings in them. This one says darling, and I did it so that you could put a picture up here. And then this folds out like that, so you can put pictures on that. So those two do that. And then this one here is one of the never-ending album type things. And again, you can put a picture there. And then this opens up like this. And then like this, and then like that. Okay, so there's that. Then on the box, let me show you that. I'll tie this up real quick, and then I'll show you on the inner box. I did put one of the circles here that says heck yes. I'm taking my tape with me. I did use like some cut apart type pieces. This one says live out loud on the front. This one had flowers. This one says favorite memories. Hope you can see that. So then on the inside, I was just kind of playing with things to put in it. So I'll show you that really quick. Now, I don't have a tutorial for any of this stuff, but I'll just talk you through it real quick. I literally just went through scraps and just made some things. So like this is just a simple accordion with a 12 inch strip of paper, and I just scored it at every 3 inches and made a little simple accordion album, and used the paper on the back to hold the seam binding, and then it just ties in the front. This one here is just a little tag, little cut apart here, and just has like this little pull there. So I just put that in there. I did another one with a little journal card, and then just backed it with the cardstock. I made a couple Polaroids, so I did that. If you want to make a faux Polaroid, you just cut your white cardstock at 3.5 by 4.25, and then you cut your pattern paper at 3 by 3, and then you can have these cute little photo frame Polaroids, which are fun. So I made several of those. This one's a booklet. I used a 4 by 6 cut apart on the inside and just cut it in half, and then I trimmed it down a little bit because this black cardstock is 4 by 6, and I just cut or scored it down at 3. And so you can journal on the inside. You can put photos on the outside if you wanted to. Another Polaroid. Just had bits of paper left over. Here's a tag that I did as a booklet. So front and back, but just left it pretty simple because, again, like I said, it was my prototype. This here is, I tried to create a little matchbook thing. So this was just you trying to use up pattern papers. So I just put pattern papers, and they're graduated sizes even. So they're flush over here, but graduated here. And I did that. So let me see if I can tell you how big this is. So if you wanted to recreate it, you could. So it is, let's see, that's 4, and that's 8 3/4. Plus another inch, so 9 3/4 long, and it is 3 3/4 wide, and you score it at 4 and at 4 3/4, so 4 and then 4 3/4, and then fold this up. So when I folded it up, I put the pattern papers in there, and it looks like I scored it at about a 1/2 inch on the pattern papers and put them in there so the scores were just over where that folds up. And before I put the pattern paper on, I stapled those down, and then I used the pattern paper to cover that. So I just made that little matchbook there, and voila, there's that. Simple. Another Polaroid. Here's another journal card. So this little element here, I just did a little belly band here and put one of the little circles there just to kind of, you know, give it a little pull because it's going to be in that box. And then this is a never-ending album idea, but I just did it the other direction. So instead of it opening this way, it opens to the front, and then it opens down. Then you turn it over, opens up, opens down, and then you can open it to the middle as well. And then I did these so you could tuck a picture behind. So that's basically that. It's just a vertical never-ending album, which I haven't done a whole lot. I like the landscape one. I think I've been using that more often. But anyway, that's kind of what I filled this one with. So that was my prototype. Now I did do different stuff because, you know, a lot of times the paper tells me what it wants me to make. Which I know sounds probably kind of silly, but sometimes elements that I make, like with this paper, don't necessarily translate to another type of paper. And this one was quite playful, I thought. So I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. I hope it does. But then that just kind of goes in there. There's lots of room, and this will fold up and in. That needs to be tied yet, but I will get to that later. And then our little lid here. And so anyway, that was my prototype. I just wanted to share with you how that looked because I just thought it was really fun. And then I can also, like, yeah, I'm also using it as, you know, my stash busting for my crafty goals. So there's that. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it, and I will see you again soon with more stuff.